Good evening. So this is supposedly the target for this evening's discussion. A simple application that connects now your GitHub Python code and then your Streamlit, or say display a Python code in a Streamlit application. So the target is this one. This is a market basket analysis dashboard, and market basket analysis is one of an example of association rule mining, data mining, which is part of the descriptive data mining. So we know that when we talk about data science or data mining, there are two category, or say classification. One is the descriptive and the other one is the predictive. So under the descriptive is association rule mining. So the target is just as simple as uploading the data set and then take a look of the behavior of the data set. So for example, we have here the groceries data set. We will upload it, and then right after that, loading will follow, and it will display now the characteristic of the data set as well as a simple statistical view of the data set. But this coding is done under Python. So we have here the pre-processed data, which now converts the data into a numerical form, and then the statistical overview of the data, which is now a simple display of the item frequency, which refers now to the number of transaction each item appears in the data set. And then a simple transaction size distribution, that is the number of items per transaction, and there is 1,800 items, or say transactions on this record. And last one is a simple basic statistics of what the data is all about. So the number of transactions, the number of unique items, the average items per transaction, up to the least frequent items of the data set. So ito yung basic statistics. And the last one is the item correlation heat map, which describes now the different items of the data set, as well as how the behavior of the selections of the, or say the transactions, no, or the buying of the items. So there you have now as to the highest number of items being selected and up to the lowest item being selected. So that's how. So this is just what we are supposed to perform for this evening. A simple loading, at the same time displaying the characteristic of the data set. So first is you need to have a Streamlit account. But in order for you to have a Streamlit account is you must have as well a GitHub account. But make it sure that the account you log into your GitHub is also the same account or the same email you log into your, or you use to your Streamlit account. So parehas lang sila. So mine here is I'm using the yun lang yun. It does not display in the environment the the account you're using, but the thing that you're going to consider is whatever email you make use or you use to log in your GitHub, that would also be the same email that you're going to use in your Streamlit application. So that's the first thing that you're going to consider. So we are going to create now. We will redo the creation of the application. So I'll be given the code, which would be composing of three codes, and that would be the app.py or Python, and then the requirements txt. So the requirements in order to load for the app. So what would be the first thing that we're going to do? So under your GitHub account, you are going to create now a new repository. So under repository, I have already 5 repository here. So I will add up a new one, and to create a new one is as simple as new. you're going to click now new, and you will know that you are creating a new repository. So this time I would like to spell out the whole name. So association rule mining. It's important that you're going to eliminate spaces because it would call now errors somehow in the long run or in the future, or I say because namespace or space would call errors commonly when we does programming. So that's why in the naming conventions I created, there is no space in it. So I already have the repository association rule mining. So getting into the environment of my repository, so I already have 6, adding to the last, so is the association rule mining. Now here, you are going to create or add a new code. So meron siyang, so this is the quick look of the property of the repository. To add up, or say to add a new code, is simple as clicking now plus, and you would have you would have to add not a new repository, but you have to add another code or upload another code. So I'm looking for the environment where I can create a new code or a new a new code for my, that would be added to my association rule mining. So you would have, so we will create a new file. It's either here or you're going to create now or upload an existing file. So let's try to have create or upload a new file, since I already have, or since we already have a file, no, and which would I be providing to the group. So choose a file. So let's say for example I upload the app. So this one will be provided to you. Then there you have now the app, and all you need to do is commit changes. And immediately it would be added to your association rule mining repository. So there you have, the name is app. In order for this app to be running or to be functional, you also need to have the requirements. So a while ago is we created or we uploaded a file using file upload. Now this time the requirements is we are going to upload it via copy paste. So this is now the requirements or the the libraries that being called out in the Streamlit, no? Or in the Python rather. So going back to the environment, all you need to do is click now plus, and then create new file, and then assign a file name here, which is requirements. So kailangan siya. The requirements will be containing all the libraries that you will be calling in order for the program to run or say to be functional. So there you have the different libraries or say that needs to be installed in the application in order for it to be functional. This is the file name. So there you have. Okay, so I already have 2. In order for this app that Python would be running, it needs to have the requirements. So going back to Streamlit, we are going to go back in the environment. So ito yung connections of the environment of the GitHub. But in order for to run an application under Streamlit is to open the Streamlit main environment. So there you have. And then you are going to call or connect now I just click free or say share, or in order to proceed to the environment of Streamlit, no? And then next that you are going to do is these are the create an app, and then there you have now three options to select to, but this one is, since we are going to create an app that is in GitHub, therefore this one will be the one to be selected. So click now deploy now, and then in the deploy now, in the repositories, you're going to choose the repository you have just created a while ago. So the one that we have created a while ago is association rule mining, and immediately it will call out the main, no, and then the app, or say it would also lead you to the name of the app. This is now the application, which is optional. I don't know if I haven't tried that changing the name of this one, but it would also generate a domain that is available, and they make it unique. So sometimes I did not change this. I'll just rely on what is being provided. Ang importante lang here is the name of the repository and the name of the file, which is would immediately pop up so long as the repository is correct. And then lastly is you click now deploy. Immediately after, you will be lead to the output of the program created. So your app is in the oven, meaning it's being cooked or being created. You can forward the video to jump immediately. So there you have the environment, the file, and then I will browse now the file, which is I would also be providing to you the groceries dataset, and then open, and there you go. There you have the characteristic or the pre-processed data sample, the statistical overview of the data, and then the graph, it provides the basic statistics of the data. And then last one is the item correlation heat map of the data set uploaded. So that's it. I want you to try by doing so, and the next thing that we are going to do is exploring now the environment of GitHub, and how are we going to adapt the code and make use of the available commands where you can modify the code and add functionalities. Now in the top right corner of the code, there you have now available buttons that you could make use to in order to further extend the output. Like I have seen here Copilot, and you know already the power of Copilot. So for now, that is just the thing that you are going to do, connecting GitHub and then Streamlit, and then exploring the power of Copilot, at the same time observing the output of your Python being hosted or say displayed or displayed or hosted by Streamlit. So you may now try it